America's impossible underwater tunnels, the mega project that could change travel forever. Dark water stretches endlessly beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. Cold, silent, crushing. Now imagine a highway down there, not a bridge, not a ship, but a road carved through the seabed itself. A road where cars race beneath millions of tons of ocean. It sounds impossible. Yet today, engineers are seriously studying how to build underwater tunnels that could one day connect America's coasts. This is not science fiction. This is the most extreme transport dream ever imagined. For more than a century, America has used bridges, railways, and highways to unite its vast land. But oceans still divide its regions. Travel between coasts takes hours by air and days by road. Now, a radical idea is rising from the depths. A network of deep-sea tunnels beneath the Atlantic and Pacific. A system that could change how a nation moves forever. If built, it would cost trillions of dollars, and it would become the largest engineering project in human history. The dream is simple but powerful: to connect distant coastal regions using underground ocean highways. Imagine driving from Florida to New York without seeing a single wave. Imagine cargo trucks moving beneath the sea, untouched by storms. Governments see it as a future solution to crowded skies and aging airports. Engineers see it as the final frontier of civil construction, a project that could redefine distance itself. To make this possible, engineers rely on three extreme tunnel methods. The first is the immersed tube tunnel. Huge concrete sections are built on land, floated to sea, then sunk into a trench on the seabed. They are joined together underwater like giant Lego blocks. The second is the bored tunnel. This uses tunnel boring machines, or TBMs. These machines are longer than football fields. They grind through solid rock deep beneath the seabed, creating a tunnel as they move forward. They work day and night, slowly carving a path under the ocean floor. The third is the most futuristic idea of all: the floating tunnel. Instead of resting on the seabed, it would be suspended underwater using cables and buoyancy. A tunnel that floats inside the ocean itself. No nation has ever built one at full scale. Before any digging begins, scientists must map the seabed in extreme detail. They use seismic scanners to see through layers of rock and sediment. They search for fault lines, soft soil, and hidden dangers. One wrong choice could cause a collapse beneath the ocean. Every meter must be perfect. But the real enemy is pressure. At deep ocean levels, the weight of water can crush steel. Saltwater eats metal and concrete. Earthquakes can strike without warning. To survive, tunnels need special steel shells, thick concrete linings, and flexible joints. They must be sealed tighter than submarines. Inside, the tunnels would become moving underground cities. Fresh air systems must pump oxygen across hundreds of kilometers. Fire systems must work in a place where rescue is almost impossible. Emergency shelters must be built every few miles. Every detail must assume the worst-case scenario. Then comes the logistics. TBMs must be shipped by sea like floating skyscrapers. Tunnel segments must be assembled in deep water using robotic systems. Entire floating construction cities would operate offshore for decades. No project in history has faced this level of coordination. The cost would be beyond imagination. Experts estimate a single coast-to-coast underwater network could exceed $3 trillion. Funding would require governments, private investors, and global institutions working together. Supporters argue the long-term gains could be massive. Faster trade, stronger coastal economies, new industrial zones. Opponents warn it could become the most expensive failure in history. If successful, the impact would be historic. New coastal megacities could rise, tourism would explode, travel times would shrink dramatically. America would become physically closer than ever before, but the oceans are fragile. Marine life could be disturbed by deep seabed drilling. Noise, vibration, and pollution threaten ecosystems. Engineers are now designing quieter machines and eco-safe materials. The goal is to build without destroying the very world beneath the waves. Some experts believe these tunnels are still decades away. Others say the first pilot routes could begin this century. What once sounded impossible is now being modeled by supercomputers. Humanity has always pushed into the unknown, from mountains to space. Now the next frontier lies beneath the sea. One day, future generations may drive under oceans as easily as crossing a bridge. And when that day comes, history will remember this moment. The moment when engineers dared to imagine highways through the abyss. Because the question is no longer, can we build it? The real question is, are we ready to change the shape of the world forever?